In this video, I will show you how to install the drain pipes for a basic bathroom sink. Step 1 is to put in the drain into the sink and tighten the nuts below. Make sure you put the provided gaskets facing the right way per the instructions. Sorry, I didn't record the top part, but you just drop it in and use either the provided gaskets or plumber's putty based on the instructions. Make sure that you buy a drain that is compatible with your sink. The one in this picture has a hole for the overflow, which I first bought by mistake. And it also shows plumber's putty, which it needs. My sink does not have an overflow drain hole, however, so I had to buy another one like this. Tighten the drain by hand and then by using a wrench. See the description and/or comments for the tools and supplies used in this video. Tighten the second nut by hand. Notice that you will not need any thread tape or pipe thread sealant for the drain pipes, just the provided gaskets. Next are the Ptrap and the tail pieces and wall piece. They come in a pack already assembled. Usually the bathroom drain pipes are 1 1/4 inch and the kitchen sink pipes are 1 1/2 inch, so make sure to get the right size. The pros say not to use these accordion pipes, but since my sink and drain pipe are not perfectly aligned, I need some wiggle room. These are not approved by code, but everybody uses them anyway. The only downside is that the accordion part tends to get dirty. Notice how this wall piece has a little round extrusion mark on the outside, and unfortunately this part will be inserted into my wall connection, so I will need to smooth it out because it will leak otherwise. Whoever came up with this design should be fired. I used my oscillating power tool to cut away at the little round thing, and then a sanding block. Next, I measured how much to cut away from the end pieces. This wall piece is too long, so I tried to use this ratcheting pipe cutter to cut it. Unfortunately, I didn't know how to use this tool properly, so the pipe cracked and the cut was uneven. Here's a stolen video showing how to do it correctly. Anyway, this cut was too short, so I tried again using a spare wall piece. Always measure once and cut twice. As you can see, I still failed to make the cut correctly, even though I twisted the tool like you were supposed to. So I ended up using my oscillating tool to make a better cut. For my next project, I will just use a rounding pipe cutter instead of this ratcheting pipe cutter. I then use the oscillating tool again to clean up the edges of the cut, and then a utility knife. And then I use a deburring tool to clean the inside of the pipe for any snags so that things don't get caught on the inside. I also needed to make the pipe assembly a little shorter, so I decided to cut the metal drain piece instead of the plastic pipe, since I suck at cutting plastic. For this, I used my metal angle grinder. This is a great tool that can be used to cut or grind metal depending on what type of disc you use. Make sure to do this outside though, because those sparks do leave a residue behind. And make sure to clean up the edge of the pipe on the inside with a deburring tool, as well as the outside if needed with whatever tools you have. Now you are ready to install your drain pipe assembly. It may be easier to take it apart first. Tighten all the connections by hand. In my case, I have a fern coat pipe fitting to attach to the pipe in the wall, but you may have something different. Tighten the hose clamps on the fern coat with a flathead screwdriver or a drill with a hex wrench bit. Now you are ready to test out your drain for leaks. Make sure to really put the drain pipes to the test by dumping a whole bucket of water into the sink so that the pipes get full of water. I redid this video a second time because the first time I had cut the wall piece way too short and it was leaking at the fern coat connection, and it was difficult to tell exactly where the problem was as it was a very slow leak. But if you have this type of wall connection, make sure to cut the wall pipe as long as possible so that it makes good contact with the rubber. And if all else fails, buy some epoxy putty compound, not to be confused with plumber's putty, to seal the leak, such as this water weld epoxy from Amazon. Anyway, I hope you found this video helpful. Please like, comment, follow, subscribe, share, and click on the Amazon links in the comments and or description to help support my channel.